Oyez, 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 all ye in attendance gather round. That kind of music, it's like being in love.
No other instrument will hug you.
Hi there, time for your pick-me-up here on The Global Good. I'm your host, Shelley Steeves, bringing you fun and uplifting stories from across the country. Now, our first story is proof that from bad news can come something good. A park in Whitby, Ontario, much like this one, was recently targeted with anti-Semitic graffiti. Durham's Jewish community took to the streets, not in anger and protest, but with sidewalk chalk in hand.
Some person drew all these mean things on the pavement. It's not right.
So the kids in the community grabbed some colorful chalk, and instead of hate, they scribbled out messages of love and hope on the park's walkways.
We're hoping for people to realize that the negative impact of hate is very deep and difficult, and if we could switch it to use that same power for goodness, it's so much better.
We heard about all the bad things that have been happening to this park, and we wanted to spread kindness. We keep spreading the word, and then eventually other people become happy from it.
Their messages, they hope, will foster love and compassion among people of all backgrounds. Words to live by. Now, this next story is just plain old-fashioned fun. In the Okanagan, if you have an adventurous spirit, you can strap on a set of boots and fly over the water like something a cross between, I don't know, a dolphin and a bird. Travis Lowe now with the story, and be prepared to witness a few face plants.
Mike Prince is living the dream. It says so right on his hat, and here's why. This is Prince punching in at work. As the owner of Hydroflight Kelowna, Prince's job and his passion is teaching people to fly on the water.
The all-encompassing term is called Hydroflight.
How does it work? Well, basically you attach the output of a Sea-Doo to a board and then strap it onto your feet like a snowboard on steroids.
The water comes right from the Sea-Doo up through here, splits into two equal jets, and then on top, these are just two regular wakeboard boots.
The person on the Sea-Doo controls the flow of the jets using the throttle of the Sea-Doo, making the rider go up and down. Prince says anyone can ride a flyboard, and we'll put that to the test in just a second.
But to see this thing done right, you need to watch Mike Prince, because he is the king of the hydroboard.
Prince is a cowboy on 255 horsepower of jet ski water, 60 feet in the air, riding it like a bucking bronco, sticking sick trick after trick like this 360 backflip. And with that, it was my turn to take to the water.
Legs straight down, nice and strong. Can Travis do it? Can he do it? Yee-hoo!
I did various face plants, belly flops, and backsplashes. But I got up and I experienced an incredible sensation of flying above the water, one I won't soon forget.
Now, I would try that in a heartbeat. Now, this next story may get your heart beating and maybe a few toes tapping too. There's a group in Enderby, BC, snuggling up with an age-old instrument in hopes of keeping the tradition alive. It may not have been the hippest music festival, but this group of accordion players in BC were hammering out the tunes at the 7th annual Accordion get-together, playing an instrument they love, and they say loves them back.
No other instrument will hug you.
And watching them play, you can indeed feel that love. For Hank Hackett, there's no better sound. He's been playing since he was 10 years old.
That kind of music is just, it's like being in love.
And that love, apparently, is timeless, even though
Accordion is not a real popular instrument anymore.
But this crew is happy squeezing out precious moments at the keys with the hope of keeping the accordion out of retirement.
We've got people from 82 down to early 20s.
From musicians now to someone with a great set of pipes. I'm sure you've all heard the expression town crier, you know, somebody who can't keep a secret or likes to gossip. Well, in Markham, Ontario, they have their very own town crier. And as Morgan Campbell reports, he's a master with the message.
Oyez, 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 my lords, ladies, all ye in attendance gather round.
If you live in Markham, it's likely you have crossed paths with this man, dressed in a tricone hat, wool coat, and buckled boots.
I thought there'd be maybe 2 or 3 things a year. Turns out 225 events was my top year one time.
There's quite the story behind how he ended up with this gig. It all began here at the Markham Fairgrounds in 1987.
On a whim, I went down to Malabar's and rented a town crier suit and came up and put it on and went into the washroom and put it on, came out and rang the bell and hollered out, "Oyez, oyez, oyez," scared the bejabbers out of a lady.
That lady was Markham's mayor, and it wasn't long before Webster was hired by the town, this time with a suit of his own. The 71-year-old has been crying coast to coast and even across the pond in England, Belgium, and Switzerland, taking home the International Town Crier title earlier this year. International Town Crier Day celebrates the crier's place in history.
You don't see too many real town criers around anymore because there's radios and televisions and texts and all kinds of stuff like that.
With 32 years in, Webster has no immediate plans to hang up his hat and bell.
God save our gracious queen.
But when he does, these will definitely be some big pipes to fill.
And I thought I was loud. Now this next story we bring you just because. There's a family in Moncton, New Brunswick who has kept their lawn a little, shall we say, unkept. And it's not because they're lazy, it's for the global good of the planet. This Moncton family sure are busy bees, zooming around their yard on mowers, but not for the reason you might think.
We know that they're becoming endangered, so we thought we'd try and help.
The family has purposely left part of the grass and clover in their yard uncut, in the shape of a bee, all to encourage others to swarm in and follow their lead to help provide food for these vital pollinators.
Because of the flowers blooming in the bee, and I think when people drive by, if they do end up seeing it, it'll give them ideas to help the bees as well.
I think it just sends a message to respect the environment and to understand that the things we're doing now can affect the future for not only them, but for their children as well.
It would be neat if it maybe became viral. Everybody made a bee in their backyard. Maybe it would help out a lot.
Break out the lawnmower. Thanks for watching The Global Good. I'm your host, Shelley Steeves. Don't forget, send us your good news stories from across the country and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please, click that share button so you can help us share some smiles. Keep smiling.